Okay, everyone. Yes, I finally completed a little project I've been wanting to get started. I shouldn't say I completed it. I got it started. I want to know, like, could you actually age whiskey at home? And for a while, I was considering purchasing some of those small wooden barrels. I think they're like maybe they hold like a liter, maybe. But then, I was reading online. Seems like people are saying they over oaked your bourbon, or a lot of it evaporated, and I could see it over oaking because the whiskey that's ratio to the amount of wood in one of those small barrels it's going to be pretty extreme compared to like your standard. What is a standard bourbon barrel? 55 gallons or something? Anyways, somewhere around there. There's a lot more whiskey liquid in that barrel compared to the amount of wood that it can interact with. So I wanted to do something, and you're going to see in the videos. I just shot some quick videos as I was doing it. I found they're like a Bain Mary container, stainless steel. And they were I think 1.25 quart. So they hold, a little over a liter. I went ahead and got some white oak, and I made some like lids that would kind of fit down in there, and I went ahead and sealed them up with some barrel wax. So I was thinking that would kind of give me more of like a closer ratio to the amount of whiskey the whiskey to wood ratio that is in like a standard size bourbon barrel. I was hoping that's what it would do, and it's close. It's close. So that's what I emptied into them, and I did two of those little Bain Mary containers with the wood discs for lids. They're white oak, and two with the early times, two with the Wild Turkey 101. The chart, if I remember, I'll put a link down in the description to it. It's basically how long to toast, or the temperature and how long to toast the oak for specific flavors that you're wanting. So I did 2 pieces at 285 degrees for, I did about like 2.5 hours. And then I did 2 pieces at 400 degrees, again for about 2.5 hours. So I think the 285 is going to give you, if I remember right, I don't have the little sheet in front of me, but sweet and some oak. And then at 400, it's going to give you more like vanilla and a little toast and a little oak. After that, I charred them. So I got them up in the attic right now. It's June, so we're going to see. I'm going to test them. I'm going to try them probably in winter, see if there's if there's anything left inside those containers. Because winter, all the whiskey that got pulled into that oak during the summer is going to get pushed out. So I'm just going to see how it goes. So if you want to see the little process, here it is. I thought I could go ahead and make this template with my hole saw. It was kind of dull. It wasn't the right size. But I used the hole saw as a jig to route out a plywood little template. And I think that was like a 4.25 inch hole saw. It worked pretty good. Got it nice and round, so I could trace out and get these discs ready to cut out with my jigsaw. Of course, before I did that, I went ahead and toasted them. You can see the 285 at the top. The one toasted at 400 was at the bottom. Got my Bain Mary little containers ready, so use my Festool jigsaw, get everything cut out. And now, yeah, I was routing out the actual oak with my plywood little template. So I used these bits. I made a 1/2 inch hole, and then I got a 1/2 inch plug cutter because I was gonna basically I wanted to not use like a cork to plug up the hole in those little oak lids. I wanted it to be oak as well, so I could basically sample the whiskey whenever I needed to. Got a nice char. No clue what char level this is. It's just charred. I don't know, seemed to work out okay. So, get my little control bottles filled up, and I had a new bottle of the early times and one that was half full. I just mixed them both in. One is going to have that lid that was toasted at 400. The one that was toasted at 285. Supposedly to give us, different flavors. So we'll find out. Same with Wild Turkey. Same process. And I was going to try and fasten those lids in somehow, but man, once I pushed them down in there, they were really wedged in there good. So I figured I would just chance it. The barrel wax, just on where the oak touches the stainless, just in case I didn't want to have anything leaking out, because I did not fill these with water to get them to expand. I just wanted, bourbon to touch the oak, and it seemed to work pretty good. I let them sit in that little container for a while. Man, that's so good. Oh, I love a good double oaked bourbon. Eastside 12-year double oaked, amazing stuff. So I also did pour little control bottles of each one, so that once I feel like the bourbons that I am aging double oaked are where I want them flavor wise, I'm going to pull them, I'm going to compare them, and I am going to want to test the proof on them too, to see what happened with the proof. So we don't live in a super hot area. It gets into the 80s in the summertime. Occasionally it'll get into the 90s. Winters, obviously the attic is going to be much hotter than that, and it is humid where we live. Winters, are typically 50. We can get down to 40, sometimes 30. Sometimes we'll get snow for a couple days, but not very much. It's not very drastic. So I will keep you updated next time I sample them and see where they're at. And let me know if you've tried something like this. I'm going to give a shout out to Charles at that bourbon dude. I think he's got maybe 6-gallon barrels that he has. I think he's got early times bottled and bond, and I believe benchmark full proof in there. So that's a lot of bourbon. Yeah, I'm curious how that turns out, Charles. If you're watching this, I really am. I really want to know. So, okay, let me know if you've tried this at home. If you've tried those little oak spirals, which I don't see how they're going to age your bourbon. I see how they could impart flavor but not age, because they're locked away in a glass bottle. So, okay, till next time. Okay, something I did want to mention, I didn't, was how much it cost me. So with those Bain Mary stainless steel containers, the oak, and the barrel wax, I have about $10 into each one of those containers. Next time I use them, obviously it's going to be less, because I don't have to rebuy the stainless steel containers. And what I'm thinking of doing, if that Wild Turkey 101 and that Early Times Bottled and Bond actually really improve, or even go up in proof, let's just say that this experiment, it actually works. When I drain them, I'm thinking of putting some single malt scotch back in and aging that. So if you have any ideas on what single malt to use, I have a couple in mind that I really like. Also, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull those lids out, char the side that is not charred, flip it around, put it back in, so kind of get double use out of them as well. So anyways, I just wanted to say that. So yeah, let me know, or if you have any ideas if it does work out, another bourbon or whiskey, or even, man, a tequila or rum, I don't know, to try out in those barrels. My goal was to use things that were inexpensive and see if I could get them tasting like a more expensive bourbon. So anyways, let me know. Appreciate the comments. Until next time.